Hey guys, welcome to Pitas Journey. Today, I have something for you to watch that could be upsetting to some. It's about bullying. So I really hope you'll take the time to watch it and maybe learn something. Today, I have a little story to tell you. I want you guys to understand what it's like when somebody gets picked on or bullied because they're fat. I think more people need to understand. So today, I had medical transportation who was supposed to give me a safe ride to and from the doctor's appointments. And they're not supposed to send minivans because I'm too fat and I have a bad back problem and I can't lift my legs to get up into them, and I have to have a seat extension or a seatbelt extension. So they have to send one of those when they come to, bring one of those. And today, this company called EasyRide, they showed up in a minivan. And so I did my best to slide in butt first onto a seat and lift myself, and I twisted my back in the process of doing this. And I got up in the seat and I said, "Do you have a seatbelt extension?" He said, "No." And my caregiver, he couldn't hook his seatbelt, not because of him being big, but because the other seatbelt wasn't working. He did finally get his hooked into a different seatbelt, but none for me. Okay, so I go to my appointment, and afterwards, I got done much sooner than I expected, so I called and said, "Is it possible for you guys to send a ride sooner?" And I complained about what happened with EasyRide. I had been told by medical transportation that I still was stuck with them for the return ride because unless they reject my ride. And I was like, well, I reject them because I have a right to safety first. But they still said no, that I had to take EasyRide, and EasyRides had told them that they would try to send somebody sooner. They knew at this point that I had made a complaint. And so I waited for 2.5 hours for EasyRide to not show up until the time that they originally were scheduled. Which, okay, fine, they couldn't get here sooner. But even though they had been reminded 2.5 hours previously that I needed a normal car and a seatbelt extension, they showed up with the car, and I actually took a picture of the car, and I'll put that on here. It wasn't a car, it was actually a minivan that had been lifted. So it was even higher than a normal minivan. And I looked at the guy and I said, "I can't get in there." And I demonstrated how I cannot lift my legs. And he said, "Well, you either get in there and go home or you don't. It's your choice." And I looked at him, I said, "Do you even have seatbelt extensions?" And he said, "No." I said, "It's in my notes, and you guys were informed 2.5 hours ago about this." And he's like, "Oh, it's your choice." And my caregiver even stood up and said she physically cannot do this. And I told him he needed to call his dispatch and fix this. And I believe he did call his dispatch, but then he left. And I called medical transportation and I filed a complaint. But before I even got on the phone with medical transportation, the people who were out there watching as I could not get into a van, as I was being humiliated, they were like, "Were you not able to get into the van?" And don't get me wrong, the people who asked, they actually wanted to offer me a ride, which was so sweet of them. But they realized I couldn't get into their vehicle either. It wasn't a car. but it was very sweet of them to offer. But do you know how humiliating it is to have it out there that you're too fat, you can't get into a vehicle, that you can't climb up into a vehicle? And EasyRide knew I'd made a complaint earlier. I wholeheartedly believe that they didn't show up until the allotted time on purpose, and with the lifted minivan on purpose. And that is bullying. That is picking on. And that was humiliating. And it really hurts when somebody picks on you because you're fat. And I know, grow up, I'm an adult. You should be able to handle this. It doesn't matter if you're a kid or an adult. It hurts. Especially when you try so hard to lose weight and your body fights you so badly and it's so hard to lose weight. I don't have a thyroid. I don't have adrenal glands. It's not that I'm just lazy. It's not that I sit and eat junk food all day. I became a vegetarian. I didn't get fat all on my own. I have to take steroids for the rest of my life, and sometimes high doses. And my thyroid right now, my thyroid level is low, which of course is going to make me gain weight. And I know that all sounds like a bunch of excuses, but even with those excuses, I still take responsibility when I gain weight that I had to have screwed up, and I try to fix it. So I'm not just some fat, lazy person. And I don't appreciate being treated like that or humiliated. And I think more people need to know what it feels like. Like, as far as, I don't want anybody else to go through this. I want you to understand, if you're a bully, if you enjoy picking on fat people, I want you to see this. So you see the pain that somebody goes through when they're treated like this. Because it's not okay to purposely hurt somebody, because you don't know their circumstances. You don't know how they ended up with that disability. That guy expected me to just get up in that van. I should be able to do that. But I can't. I could become paralyzed if I mess up my back any worse. And I don't want that. And I won't do that just for a ride home. I wanted you guys to see this and understand it. So I decided now is the best time to record. I hope you all have a great evening and stay safe. Bye. Hey guys, I just wanted to give a little update. I did get home. Reliable Transportation came and picked us up. Even though they were off the clock, they came and picked us up. So big shout out to you guys. Thank you guys so much for always being reliable. And they did get us home. Thank you. I hope you all are having a great night and stay safe. Bye-bye.